Hey there and welcome to English. I just thought I'd make you guys a really quick video and give you a tour of the online classroom as well as go over expectations that you should have for a typical IDVA English course. First, I'm going to start with expectations. Make sure that you budget in about 90 minutes every day for English. That will give you enough time to complete your online lessons and attend your live classes. If I were you, I would try to budget it in the same time every day. That way you have a set schedule. So definitely map out your time and then make sure that you give enough time to the online classroom and the lessons you have to complete there, as well as the live classes that you're required to attend for English class. In addition to that, make sure you read your email every day. I suggest reading your email when you log in and then one more time before you log out for the day. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you log in and check the announcements of class every time that you log in. In the announcement section of class, we share important information about the course. We give you guys tips and tricks. We post tutorials there. We also post your online lessons that you need to complete for the week. So if you take a look at the example right here, if you scroll through, you will see the weekly work schedule way down here. This is an outline of the lessons you need to complete every single day, and this is located inside of your announcements. So definitely make sure that you're checking your announcements every single day when you log in, because you don't want to miss out on the important information that you can find there. Okay, let's take a look at our English classroom. This is the English 8 classroom. If you have English 10 or you have English 9, it'll look really similar. When you log into the classroom, if you look along the top up here, this is the class content. This is where all of our units are located. Every Monday, we will post an announcement that gives you your weekly work schedule. If we don't have school on a Monday, we'll post it the next day, like a Tuesday. Your job on Mondays is to log in and to take note of all of your lessons for the week. I would love for you to actually write down a schedule for yourself and write down the lessons that you have to complete every single day for each of your classes. Then, when it's time to do the lesson, you will go up to content, you will locate the unit that you're working in, and then you'll locate the lesson inside that unit. So for example, if you had to complete lesson 4.01, you'd go to unit 4, and then you'd look over here and you'd find lesson 4.01. And you would complete that lesson. Now, once you're done with the lesson, it should say that 100% of it has been completed, and you should see a little green check mark next to every single section of the lesson. Anytime you're assigned a lesson, it is your job to make sure you complete all of it. When you're done with that lesson, you want to make sure you have a green check next to every single part of it. This is really important because you don't want to miss out on any important information in those lessons. Also, all of our lessons are linked to graded material. So if you don't do a lesson, you might not have access to the quiz or the written assignment that's linked to that lesson. So it's really, really important that you complete it. Most lessons, if you do them all the way through and you really take your time, will take you about 30 to 45 minutes. So make sure you budget in the 30 to 45 minutes it takes every single day to complete the independent lesson that you are assigned. Again, to find your independent daily lessons, and you'll have one every single day for English, you have to go to the very first announcement for the week and look at the weekly work schedule. Everyone's weekly work schedule looks a little bit different. This one is a chart. Some teachers like to list it in a bulleted list or a checklist. So you just want to make sure you look for the one that's labeled weekly work schedule, and then make sure you complete the lesson that's indicated for each day. For example, this lesson says lesson 4.01, then it says 4.02, and then 4.03. Inside those lessons, you'll often have graded work as well. So you want to make sure you complete the graded work located in those lessons too. So for example, right here, it says complete lesson 4.02 on April 1st. In addition to that, there is a quiz 4.02. Now, like I said earlier, you have to do all of lesson 4.02 to see this quiz. So if you go in and you can't find the quiz, you probably haven't done the lesson all the way through. So make sure you double check, make sure you redo the lesson, make sure there's a green check by each section of it, and then you should be able to access that quiz. Okay, in addition to completing your lesson for the day, you will also have live classes. For your English class, you will have 4 live classes a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you will have a live class. Friday, you will not have a live class, but you'll have a lesson. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you'll have a live class and a lesson. Now, like I said, lessons take about 30 to 45 minutes to complete. Your live classes are 30 minutes. So you definitely want to make sure you budget in enough time every day to complete both. A lot of times you'll also have additional reading or writing to do. So as a general rule, I like to tell students budget in at least 90 minutes for your English class. That gives you enough time to do the 30 to 45-minute online lesson, enough time to do the 30-minute Class Connect, and then enough time to do any reading or extra work that you have to do. Okay, like I said, in addition to those live classes, in addition to the online lessons, you have live classes. To access your live classes, you should see them right here in the center of the class. My schedule is going to look different than yours because I teach, and so I have 4 English classes today. You might most likely just have 1, but then you'll probably have math and a few other ones. You should be able to see the time that you have your Class Connect, and then to access it, you just have to click on it, and then you'll launch the online classroom. These Class Connects are required. You need to attend them live, you need to come on time, and you need to stay the whole time. Make sure that when you come, you're ready to work and participate. We expect participation. We expect you to be using the chat and typing. We expect you to be using the polling tools and answering questions. So please make sure you come right on time and that you stay the full 30 minutes. Try not to multitask. Make sure you go to the bathroom beforehand. Make sure you eat beforehand or after. You only have 30 minutes in those live classes, so we want to make sure we have your full attention. I think I've gone through everything you need to do in a typical day in English. I'll review it really quickly one more time. Make sure you check your email. Make sure you check the updates. Make sure you complete the lesson located on the weekly work schedule inside the class announcements. And then make sure you attend your live class. In addition to that, there's some other things I want you to do when you log in every day. Make sure you check your grades every day. You can click on grades right up here. The reason I tell you to do this is because for every assignment that you have a 1-week grace period to turn it in. So you'll have a due date, and that's when the assignment is due. We put in zeros the following day after an assignment is due. But after that, if something happens, like you get sick or you had an impromptu trip out of town, you have a full week grace period to turn that assignment in with no penalty. After that week-long grace period, you cannot turn that assignment in at all. So for example, if you had a quiz due on April 1st, a Wednesday, and you couldn't get it in on time, then you have until April 8th to turn it in. Now, on April 9th, you'll no longer be able to take it. So it's really nice to have that week-long grace period built in, but you want to be careful. You want to make sure you're doing your work on time and only using the grace period if you really need to. Now, as far as the grades go, make sure you check your grades every day. If you have a 0, you want to know right away. That way you can go in and you can correct that 0 and get that assignment in and make sure that you get any help that you need potentially on that assignment. So check the grade book every day. Right now, you're not going to see anything in there. You'll probably just see a bunch of dashes. That's because those assignments haven't been assigned yet. Once we start assigning assignments, you will see this populate with a grade. You could get a 5 out of 5, for example. Or if it's a 0, it'll say 0 out of 5. And then you'll also see some feedback in here that'll tell you, whether or not it's missing or why you have the grade that you do. For quizzes, you're not going to have a whole lot of feedback, but it will tell you if it's missing. For written assignments, you'll most likely see some feedback in there from your teacher, especially in your English classroom. Okay, so make sure you're checking grades every day. Another thing you want to check every day is feedback. When you log into the classroom, if you have any feedback from your teacher on a written assignment, it'll be right here under class updates. Right now it says there are no current updates, but if you do have feedback from a teacher, it'll say it right there. It'll say you have 2 unread feedback, or you have 1 unread feedback. Make sure you check that every single day. We leave that feedback for you, so it's really important that you check it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to share with you guys in the online classroom. Those are the areas that you really need to check every day. There are some other cool things that you can find in our classroom. Anytime you have an assignment due, you can submit it right through the lesson. You also can go up here to Tools and then Assignments, and you can locate the assignment itself and you can upload it. So for example, if you wanted to turn this extra credit assignment, you'd click on it, you'd read through the instructions, and then to upload it, you go down here and you select Add a File, and you can just upload your assignment. So if it's a Word document, you'll upload it. If it's PowerPoint, you just upload it and you'll go through that process. So anytime you have a written assignment due, you can go through Tools, Assignments, find that assignment, and then upload it. You'll also find these assignments right inside the lesson too. If ever you have an assignment due and you can't find it in here, it's because you didn't do the lesson. Remember, you have to do the lesson all the way through in order for you to see the drop box or the area that you need to submit your assignment to. Lastly, one quick tab I'll show you guys right here under progress. This is a really cool tool. Right now it doesn't say anything because I'm logged in here as a fake student, but your progress tab will show you how far you've made it through the class. It'll also show you how much time you've spent in the class. So if you're ever asked to look at how much time you're spending in the class, you'll click on progress and you'll scroll down and you'll see a little timestamp that will tell you how many hours you spent in the class and how many minutes. Okay, I am super excited to have you in class. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please make sure that you reach out to your teachers.